Well, it could be called a zombie development. After two failed attempts to build a self storage unit facility in San Marco, a developer is back with a third attempt. To discuss the community's take on this plan, I'm joined by two residents of San Marco and the Southbank, Gianni Vivian and Pam Sorenson. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Um, I want to ask you, Gianni, this is the third time at least the third time this project has come up. Why do residents object, and why does it continue to resurface?
Yes. The continue to resurface is a mystery to us, but the objections are very clear. One is that where they are proposing to do the storage unit, it's a very busy area already. It has been zoned for residential and some retail. And so we envision now a bunch of U-Haul trucks coming in and out the whole day. The latest proposal is also proposing to have over 100 residential units on top of 500 to 600 storage units on top of retail. So aside the aesthetic, we don't really understand the logic behind it. So.
And for people who aren't familiar with this location, this is actually where Flavors of Thai is currently located, but it's
correct.
Right near BB's restaurant.
Right across the street from BB's, yes.
And so the area it's Hendricks Avenue at Prudential. It's mostly, lower rise buildings.
That's correct.
And so part of the concern is whether it, fits the mood of or kind of the, as you say, the aesthetic of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But another controversy is that there was an overlay that was created. Pam, explain to us how the overlay explicitly prohibits this kind of development, right? It prohibits self-storage units.
You're exactly right. And people need to know that. It was developed in 2019. It was a public-private interaction. They came up with a well-thought-out plan for planned growth. As Gianni said, it was for retail and residential, specifically omitting storage units because it's zoned a mile or two away appropriately. And tax dollars have come into play, making our road diet on River Place Boulevard. People come down to the Riverwalk for sip and stroll. They live down there. We have the refurbished Friendship Park. Storage will not draw people to our neighborhood.
So the reason that overlay was created in part was to prevent developments like this. So how is this development avoiding that explicit prohibition?
It is not. And as a matter of fact, we strongly believe that at the end of the day, the only thing they're really interested in is putting storage units. Maybe it's a very profitable business. So they seem to have been able to kind of push that part. But we have attended a lot of meetings, and in no meeting there was ever a statement made of the need for storage there.
But they're able to bring this back. I guess what I'm saying is they're able to bring it back because they've married it to a new project, right? Can you explain a little bit how that's working, Pam?
Well, it's just a go-around. It's just a way to get around the zoning by calling it mixed use. And we're all for residential and retail combined, that sort of mixed use, but we're not for storage. We were not for storage the first time, and basically this is the developer's go-around to end up with what he asked for 2 years ago, 4 stories of storage on that corner.
But it is the idea of low-income housing, or not, affordable housing, right? That would be part of this project that wasn't previously. It was not previously residential.
It was not. The second rendition did not have residential. We are not against affordable housing. We would love that space to be affordable housing and retail. We're against storage. And we are against the taxpayers paying $6 million in incentives for 100 units on top of this storage. It adds insult and injury to placing something that's unwanted, not zoned for, and making us pay for it.
Explain what that money, where it would come from, and why that would be a taxpayer-funded element of this project.
It is an incentive for the affordable housing. For the Vescor is the developer for the 100 units, but the majority of the project is still storage. There's 13,000 retail on the bottom, over 136,000 of storage units. As Gianni said, it's going to be over 550 storage units.
It's interesting. This new approach it resembles something that happened recently in La Villa, where there was a controversial project for a gas station, but it was kind of presented, packaged into a more of a mixed use environment, bar, restaurant type thing. And so it seems like that can give developers another bite at the apple, so to speak. Gianni, what is this kind of the same thing?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same thing. Is that they learn through the process or what could sell to the council and the DIA, okay, and then
The Downtown Investment Authority.
Downtown Investment Authority, and then they come back and say, okay, here it is now. We're now addressing that part, not really clearly stating that the opposition is not on the housing itself; it's on the storage. So the storage keeps on coming back, and it keeps on being embellished by other things that would cause different problems too.
And so, what are the stages that this project must yet go through in order to either get the money to finance those units or to get approval for it needs a rezoning, correct?
It does need rezoning, and we are on a fast track. Last year's rendition, we had a longer time to fight this and get organized. And the one thing I learned with last year's fight was that the city runs on alphabets. So there's the DDRB, there's the DIA, there's the LUC. I had no idea what I was getting into. But yes, we have some more meetings. The final vote will be April 23rd, a short, not even a month away. But it's amazing. Businesses have come together to fight this because it will hurt them. City Grill, which will be steps away from a storage facility, was just named this year as one of the 15 top new restaurants in Florida by USA Today. And you're going to put a storage facility steps away from that. BB's restaurant is across the street from it. It really is infuriating.
There's also a meeting tonight, though. What's happening?
Yes.
And I see you're both, for people who can't see, you're both wearing no self-storage stickers, big yellow stickers on your chest.
And it is obnoxious, but you have to do it because people don't know unless you tell them about it, or until we get some nice media coverage like you're providing today, because people need to know that we're just people. We're just people trying to protect our community, and it's hard to fight money and power. It's not a level playing field.
Sure. How are you acclimating to that, Gianni, that reality? I mean, it is, to just be an ordinary citizen, it's a strange thing to step into.
It is. Pam has been involved longer than I have been. I've been involved on this particular project for a year and a half. We were really happy when last June the council turned it down, and we thought that's it. We finally, all the effort that we put in was worth it. And now it comes back. Pam said on a faster path. I personally also went to the meeting to present this. And when I looked at the picture and the way it was discussed, I was trying to understand, how did it get this far?
Yeah, because typically if a project is rejected by the council, there is a period within which it cannot be reintroduced unless it's substantially different. And so the idea here is it's gone through this transformation. Now there's a lot of housing attached to it. Yeah. And so it qualifies as substantially different.
Yes.
That's kind of a loophole there.
Yes. But you just really kind of wonder if this developer will ever stop. And if it gets turned down this year, good heavens, what will happen? What could you possibly throw onto this project to make it different next year? really kind of boggles the mind.
Do you have the support of your district council member?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we met with him the other day. He cannot come out 100% with it because he has to go through the proper process. But we believe he is supporting us.
This is Joe Carlucci?
Joe Carlucci is
And
listening to us.
He has said that he respects the overlay, the 2019 comprehensive overlay. And that's what we're asking for. It hasn't even been 5 years. It was planned growth that yields progress with, limited consequences. Stick with the overlay, uphold the overlay.
Do you think citizens who aren't from San Marco, maybe an entirely different neighborhood, can take any lesson from the experience that you've had in terms of fighting this project and having it come up again and again?
Yeah, I think so. As a matter of fact, we've been talking to people in Murray Hills and other areas where they are into similar situations, but did not have the opportunity to do what we're doing right now. It's truly an opportunity because of the dynamics of our neighborhoods, right? A lot of people are interested. We loved our place. We can walk to the Riverwalk, and we saw the great improvement on River Place. So all of that is, I've lived here now for 12 years, and I've seen progress. Having the fountain reopen was another beautiful experience.
Friendship Fountain, yeah.
Yeah, when one of the first meetings I attended about 10 or 11 years ago was at the convention center, and it was called Jack's 2025, if I remember correctly. There must have been about 300 or 400 people there discussing and planning about what should Jacksonville look like in 2025. And now we finally see some of these things happening, but all the work that was put in on the overlay of 2019 to set that image that would attract people to the area, now it's being, just arbitrarily overwritten. And that will set a precedent for other areas. That's why we wanted to be here. Today is St. Marco and the Southbank. Who's going to be next?
So you have a meeting that you're going to attend tonight, just a council meeting?
It's a city council meeting. It'll be the second reading of the ordinance, and there is a public hearing, and so we will be speaking there tonight as well.
And do you anticipate a turnout of people wearing these stickers?
Yes, probably for the next month.
Okay. And so you've got this city council meeting. Are you going to be attending these other with
Yes,
the letters that you were talking about, the DIA and the DDRB?
There's a DDRB meeting on April 9th at 2 o'clock. That's a Tuesday. And it'll be here. It'll be at City Hall, in the Linwood Roberts room. And it gives the public an opportunity to let the review board know what we think about this. And then there is the LUZ meeting on
Land Use and Zoning, right?
Yes. Oh, all the letters, yeah. That'll be the following week, and that's at 5 o'clock at City Hall Council. And then the final vote will be April 23rd. And we hope that this will be finally voted down and put to rest.
Is the administration involved at all? The Jacksonville mayor, I think during the last iteration, the mayor was kind of involved.
She definitely knows about this project.
Yeah. And does she have a position as far as you know?
We do not know. Obviously, she's also respecting the process of having to go through the council and so on. So we don't know at this point in time what her reaction will be if both the development, the Downtown Investment Authority and the DDRB turned it down. And then the council approves it. So we do not know. Not clear on that.
The CPAC, which is the Community Planning Action Group, they have unanimously opposed it.
Well, Gianni, Vivian, Pam Sorenson will continue following this issue, but thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.